camera collection. In today's video we're going to be checking out the Sony DCR-TRV950. We'll be going over some of the specs of this camera, and then I'll show you around some of the physical features of it, and at the end of the video I will show you some of the example footage with this camera. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So this camera came out in 2003 and it records onto mini DV tapes. This was kind of the Mark II to the TRV900. I've heard that it has similar video footage as the VX2100. It has a 3CCD sensor on it. Now this thing was actually pretty advanced for its time, I think, because it had USB live streaming, so you could hook it up to your computer through USB and do live streaming with it. It had Bluetooth connection, so you could buy an adapter made by Sony and you could plug it into your computer. This would connect to it through Bluetooth, and then you could transfer video files and pictures that it would take and be able to email them to people. I'm not sure if that was a way to transfer onto your computer and edit with. It does have a 3.5-inch LCD screen on it, and this thing is actually really nice. These big LCD screens that Sony made for their camcorders, it really helps with being able to see what you're actually recording, and you're not really over there squinting to see what you're recording. It also has a colored viewfinder, and it does slide out like so. And you can slide it back in and fold it up. It does have a super steady shot on it. Recording with that I don't really notice a big difference of the super versus just steady shot. It's the same. And it does have a 12 times optical zoom on it, along with 37mm lens thread on it. Now you might be seeing this lens hood here on the front, and that does actually come off. This specific camera, when I got it, it comes with a lens shield on the front. You can see the little ring there, the little black ring on the front. So it does have a 12 times optical zoom along with a 150 times digital zoom, which ain't too bad. We'll show you what that looks like in the example footage at the end. And this front piece is actually a working focus ring. This top button up here with the little lightning bolt is your flash, and you can actually cycle through night shot, and you can cycle through flash. So if you're taking stills on here, it does actually have a little flash on it, so you can take pictures with it, and the flash pops up like a DSLR does. So that's actually super cool. You do have your switch to toggle through manual and autofocus here on the side, along with another button to turn on autofocus. If it's in the manual function, it'll kind of just automatically focus itself on what you're looking at, and then go back to manual mode. And you also have your fader button down here. Pretty much all of the same generic Sony faders that it has, along with your hi-fi stereo microphone here on the front, along with your infrared receiver if you do want to use the iLink to connect it to your TV and be able to watch your footage from that. And it's kind of hard to see in the middle of it. You have the tally lamp right in the middle of the infrared sensor. And it's kind of hard to see on the front, but this little red plug-in is your mic plug-in. It does have to be a powered mic. Anything that is self-powered will work with this. Coming along the side here, you have your little window here to monitor your tape and battery info. And on the bottom you have backlight, spotlight, and your edit search. You also have your auto lock along with your hold. There's two different settings on that. So the auto lock, the camera's in auto mode. There's not a lot of manual functions you can mess with that. And then if you switch it to the middle hold mode, you can toggle more of the manual functions of the camera. And then going all the way over to hold, it will hold whatever preset you have set. That way you don't mess it up or anything like that. And here is your menu button. Sony menu buttons are always really small, so they're sometimes hard to find. Opening up the screen, you have your playback speaker here, along with your display touch panel. I'll get to that in a minute. Your volume up and down, and your playback functions, so rewind, play, fast forward, pause, audio dubbing, stop, and record, along with date, code, color bar, custom preset, reset button, and a zebra switch so that you can make sure your video isn't overexposed, which is actually very helpful. On the back here you will find more settings. You have program AE button. You have shutter speed, white balance, exposure, and audio levels. And along with your traditional wheel here in the back to toggle through your menu and to change the audio levels, exposure, white balance, and all that kind of stuff. You do have your network button here up on top as well. That's how you turn the Bluetooth on and off. And there's a little gray button here on the back next to the viewfinder. That is your battery eject button. And your traditional, every camcorder has a record button here on the back along with your power switch. But the power switch is a little bit different. It has this little lock switch here on the side, and if you put it in the lock mode, it won't go into the picture mode. So if you unlock it, you can go into picture mode and be able to take stills and all that. There's a little door where your hand goes through the hand strap, and that is the Memory Stick Duo. It was Sony's memory cards or SD cards back in the day. They were a lot longer. There's a little switch here, this little purplish blue one. You hit that, and the little door pops open, and you can access your Memory Stick Duo up in there. Now, I still feel like this is a very traditional spot for where the photo button is, but it's right up there by the rocker zoom, silver button, and then also you have a decent rocker zoom. It's a little stiff. If anybody out there has used the Canon GL1, that one's like real touchy. You don't have to go very far for it to do anything. So this one, you almost have to push it down to about halfway before it starts zooming in or out. So that's kind of annoying when you have your subject coming towards you or away from you, because you're pushing it, and you kind of start to panic because they're getting way too close and almost out of frame. So you kind of zoom out real fast, or you'll zoom in, and you kind of got to figure out how it feels. Along with your eject switch here, this one you just pop open like so, and it recognizes that you opened it, and it pops open. And it does have a hot shoe on top as well, so you can connect like those Sony IntelliLights, I think they're called. You can plug it in, and the camera recognizes that, oh, it's too dark, so then the light will pop on and all that. If you want to see any of that, I'll leave a link to the Sony Handycam Handy Guide. You can watch a cheesy 90s video on how that actually works. So you can use it as a cold shoe as well. So if you want to mount a mic to it, or a monitor, or a light, or a handle, or whatever you want to put into a cold shoe or a hot shoe, you can put it in there. And usually where we end off at, you can pop open the little door flap there, and that shows all of your output functions. So you have your you got your headphone jack there, so you can monitor your audio. You have your audio video out, or your AV out. This one's the headphone jack style one, so you would need like a 3-to-1 style RCA cable. You have your LANC, classic Sony remote plug-in there, along with your USB plug-in. This is the old school style plug-in. So this is how you can actually connect your camera to your computer to transfer photos or do live streaming. You have your FireWire plug-in and your S-Video plug-in. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, which is super unique and I've never seen it before, and that is the hand strap. And if you can see, there's a little pen that's in there. So I seen that and I was like, what the heck is that? So I pulled it out, and it's a little stylus pen. So the screen on this camcorder is actually touchscreen, but you use the pen to use it instead of like your finger. So if you want to cycle through the menu or whatever, you can actually use it and touch on the screen and do stuff. So I thought that was really cool. And it actually, it folds up into a little pen, and it even says Sony on it. I don't know, I just thought that was really cool and unique. I've never seen a camcorder come with a Stylus Pen, and I'm actually very surprised that it still had it with it. So this camera is actually really, really clean, and I'm really glad that I got it. The tape deck is a little noisy when you fast forward or rewind, but it doesn't throw any codes or anything like that. It doesn't show any errors or anything, so I don't really know exactly what that noise is, but it works fine. When you play it or if you're recording, you don't hear the loudness. It's only when you rewind or fast forward. So I find that kind of interesting. So that is all of the external functions of this guy. So if you would like to buy this camera for yourself, I will have it listed up on my eBay store, and don't hesitate to ask any questions about it. So it will be listed as of recording this video. So if you are interested, make sure you go take a look and make sure that it's still there. It will come with the battery, it'll come with a brand new tape, the power supply to it or the charger, and a nice little handbag. This is a really good camera, especially for if you want to do like documentaries or some old school filmmaking, or even just like doing skateboarding. This is a really, really nice camera. I'm actually really excited that I got it and got to check it out. That being said, let's get to these here clips. Okay. So this is a different day. I'm wearing different clothes, and I'm currently actually editing this video. This is what the audio sounds like. I think it sounds pretty good. The room that I film and edit in is actually really small, so it is a little bit echoey. So that's you'll probably be hearing that in the audio. The only thing that I don't like about this camera is that it is really more zoomed in than a lot of other cameras that I have used. A lot of other camcorders. Like this one, I had to actually step back way farther away just to actually get a decent field of view for you to see me. So that is one downside that this camera actually has. It's very zoomed in when it's zoomed all the way out. So we'll go ahead and go around and get some clips and show you what the optical and digital zoom looks like, and we'll show you the picture effects, and then kind of just get some other clips and show you what it all looks like. Wave to the camera.
Wave to the river.
Rev. Nice butt. Nice butt. Rib. Right. Riv, you're always my test subject. Always. He's always my test subject. He's out skis.
His ass is running to the front.
It's all on the cardboard.
Covering.
Squirrel! Squirrel! Where's that? Where's Rooftop? Where's Rooftop? Go see. Squirrel. There you go. You actually read instructions? Wow. Hey, easy. You're gonna knock the camera over, dingus. Yeah, he's gonna knock the camera over. He's just gonna do it. That's what he's gonna do. Yes, he'll do it. He'll knock it over. Yeah, he will. He's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Which way do you
Fuck, I got these upside down.
Alright.
Well, they have to have a hose.
Holes? On the bottom? Are they all upside down?
No, I just gotta put it upside down. Right side, see?
Which one are you on here? Oh, I see. That's what you're doing.
I'm in the Peggy's. Yeah. They don't stay on here. They're just straight.
Thank you all for watching. I hope this video was informative and interesting. If you liked it, make sure you hit like, and if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, as we talk about old camcorders on a weekly basis, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good one.